Hi guys, welcome back to Gwayne Sailing. We left Illinois just about 2 months ago, and this is now our second week on the Erie Canal. We are really enjoying the scenery and the calm waters, which is a change from the waves on the Great Lakes. There is so much to look at along the route between each lock of the canal. There are lots of birds, rock walls, bridges, aqueducts, waterfalls, and many floodgates to help control the water level in the canal. It is mostly forest or farm fields and marshlands along the canal. The reflection of the fall colors of the trees are beautiful this time of year, but we also have to look out for logs and debris floating in the water. We've only passed a few boats who are heading west, since most boaters are heading east towards the Atlantic coast in warmer weather, just like us. Since 1994, only recreational boaters have been allowed on the canal, so we haven't had to deal with large commercial vessels during these last 2 weeks. There is a hiking and biking and jogging trail that runs along the entire length of the canal, and we've seen many fishermen, joggers, and bicyclists on the shore path. We learned a lot of interesting facts about the canal along our way. Next year will be the 200th anniversary of the canal. Most of the locks are 13 to 15 miles apart, which is the distance that a mule team was able to pull a tow of barges in one day. And one lock can hold up to 2.5 million gallons of water in the chamber. We met a lock master while riding our bikes one day, and he took the time to show us how the locks work. He explained that they are still using the same equipment as they did back in 1914. And that even though the canal shuts down to boats in mid-October, the lock masters work year-round, fixing and refurbishing the equipments in the locks, even in the wintertime. Most of the locks have a dam on one side of the lock, and these dams are quite impressive. About halfway through the Erie Canal, the water runs into Oneida Lake. The Oswego Canal meets the Erie Canal here, and we are seeing more and more Canadians going south for the winter. We are now sharing the locks with many other boats. Oneida Lake is 22 miles long and 3 miles wide, which can make the winds turn the water very choppy. After crossing the lake, we stopped at the resort town of Sylvan Beach. John, the local harbor host, brought us a few packages that we had shipped in advance. It was just like Christmas time. We rode our bikes around the mostly deserted tourist town, checked out the seasonal amusement park, and stopped at the casino to play some slot machines and have a drink on their outdoor patio on the beach. After dinner, we caught a great sunset by our boat. Around the Utica Little Falls area of New York, the land is at its highest. If you are traveling east on the canal chambers, you will now start full and then empty all of the water out as you descend down. Most locks are between 20 and 30 feet deep, and it takes about 20 minutes for the whole locking process to complete. We made many stops along the way, including a 4-night stay in the cute little town of Little Falls, New York. There happened to be a cheese fest going on during the weekend that we stayed there. It gets more than 10,000 visitors to the sleepy little village. There were hundreds of vendors selling cheeses, meats, crackers, wine, and beer, in addition to many arts and crafts. We explored the town on bikes one day to visit the local museum and see their famous Little Falls diamonds. We went to the library to view their butterfly exhibit and china room. And we stopped at a historic church to check out their beautiful stained glass windows. We also rode to a neat little waterfall and wondered if maybe this is what they named their town Little Falls after. We even had time to go for drinks with some of our new boating friends too. While we were fixing a flat on Wayne's bike, we learned that our friends on Domino were having issues with the starter on their boat. We stayed an extra few days to help them find a new part and then install it. But we didn't mind because this meant we got a chance to hang out longer with Kevin and Anna and see some live music too. The closer we get to the Hudson River, the more trains and expressways we are seeing along the canal. After a few more overnight stops, a super cool rainbow, a couple of more locks, and lots of beautiful fall trees, we finally made it to the last lock on the Erie Canal. We stopped in the town of Waterford, New York for a few nights to celebrate completing the canal and restock on groceries. We got out our bikes and explored some of their restaurants and bars too. Waterford is where the Champlain Canal meets the Erie Canal on the Hudson River. Many Canadian boaters come down the Champlain Canal to spend the winters in warmer states, just like we are doing, and the waterways are starting to get busy now. Mornings are starting to get colder and thick fog develops on the canal when the sun rises, but it burns off after a few hours and doesn't slow us down. We don't want to rush our way down south too soon, since both Hurricanes Helene and Milton have just recently hit the southern states. We are taking our time and waiting until the end of hurricane season before getting to the Carolina areas. Stay tuned to Gwayne Sailing to see our adventures down the Hudson River and how we step our mast before heading to New York for some fun in the Big Apple. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.